It's the Oakland Riverside tournament. It's kind of a cool tournament because it combines a varsity tournament with a JV tournament and also has the girls come in. So we have everybody in one spot, all the coaches, all the athletes, so everybody can cheer each other on, and everybody gets to coach.
After JV, varsity, girls. So make sure we're getting.
So when I first started wrestling, my mom didn't know about it, so me and my dad would take me over to basketball practice. Halfway through, I go down to wrestle. I think it was for like 2 weeks straight. And my mom is finally like, I can take her over. And then my dad's like, oh, no, it's fine. And she's like, no, and left, like full on left with me. And she finally, when she figured it out, she's like, are you serious? Because she didn't want me to get hurt, and yeah.
You know, she's been kind of like another daughter to us for a long time. You know, we've been traveling to girls' duel tournaments and all sorts of things for years.
I've had the blessing of her going out with me since I was little.
Early on, when they were little, like kindergarten or whatever, I think she and Jolynn were just really interested in smacking people and beating people up and kind of being rambunctious. I spent most of the practice just telling them to keep their hands to themselves when I was actually showing a move or something like that.
Kind of crazy in a way, but in a good way, to where she can go out and just throw together a show.
Sometimes she's a little mean.
And I can't stand people. I can't stand the people here.
I just love Jolynn. She's just the best.
Depending on the person. I'm not gonna name names.
I love Jolynn.
I love Jolynn. Me and her are like friends outside of wrestling too.
Some people I just wanna like throat punch, you know?
And she's just like my favorite person ever.
Troy, when are we wrestling? I just want to wrestle.
All JV's almost done.
Easy on the foot, Tatum.
Ladies, today's going to be kind of an important day because there's some good matches. I'm excited. I'm excited because you get to wrestle big girls from out of state.
Big girls.
Yeah.
Big girls.
You get a girl from out of state. You get another ranked girl. You don't have a ranked girl.
I'm really glad that I don't. Yeah, you got it.
Got that underhook.
This year, Jo is a bully, and she has taken that persona on, and she loves that.
I don't want to say like a spaz, but she's like a spaz when she wrestles. She just kind of does whatever.
Jo is not orthodox. I don't know how I would coach against Jo because you don't know what Jo's gonna do.
She is one of the most explosive athletes I've ever seen. She has a very aggressive, violent style of wrestling. And I use the word violence is because she's, like, some wrestlers are almost afraid that they're gonna hurt their opponent. And I don't see that in her.
She's like a bully. I'm pretty sure every girl she's ever wrestled has been absolutely traumatized.
She's not afraid to scramble, and she'll put herself in positions that a lot of people wouldn't, and she's kind of comfortable there.
Run it, you got 12. Bring your head out.
You know, she was kind of up and down last year. She had an amazing tournament at the end of last year at Girls State, where she kind of figured some things out, found some confidence. I wanted to start with confidence this year and really maintain confidence throughout the year, because I think if she does, she's just going to steamroll people.
I was a little nervous coming in just because of my foot, and I didn't want to hurt it again, but it's feeling pretty good.
She was cleared by the doctor to participate. She may have she may have argued that, you know, that early arrival back to the mat. But Izzy's a competitor, and she doesn't like to sit on the side of the mat. She will do whatever she can because it's in her DNA to wrestle.
We bumped her up a weight class so she could maybe we could get her some competition. At least she's gonna have to move some bigger girls around. So.
But I still wasn't like ready to wrestle, and my foot was still bothering me quite a bit, and I was out of shape.
Come on, come on, go boys, you're all right, you're all right.
And I didn't get the time I needed to train to wrestle people 16 pounds heavier than me. And I couldn't fight off the bottom or do anything about it.
And the girl was heavier. She's nationally ranked. She's a very good wrestler. I know her from another camp that I did this summer. So I knew it was a tough match.
Tatum's going to have some matches against a girl from Nebraska, Aurora. The key to every match with Tatum is stringing 6 minutes of confidence together. She has a tendency to doubt herself when she's probably one of the best wrestlers in the state, which it's hard to get over that because everybody doubts themselves, but we're trying to work on that.
She was like 12 pounds heavier than me. That match sucked.
Is this close to breaking it open. She turns the wrong direction because she's only been wrestling for a month. She doesn't maybe understand where her hips should be because she's been wrestling a month.
I don't know, I just kind of like upset at myself and how I didn't give it as much as I feel like I could have. Like she's not hard. Like I just sucked that day. Like why did you do that?
Joe Lynn is going to be wrestling Addie Lundquist, both ranked wrestlers, both Night of Conflict girls. So slight weight difference, but Joe's given up a little bit of weight on this one, but they have wrestled before, and I know Joe won the first time. Joe Lynn's just got to wrestle like Joe. That's, we've watched enough of Joe's matches to know that she's very unpredictable. She's always out of position. But she makes it work for her, and nobody knows how to wrestle Joe. So when Joe's on and wrestling wrestling Joe, there's not very many people that can hang with her.
On any given day, she can be one of the most dangerous wrestlers in the state. Or she can, her off days are pretty off.
I've known Addie a long time. Joe has beat Addie. She's gone out and pinned her, and I will say that about Joe. Joe can be the best wrestler in the state, and she can also lose to probably the worst wrestler in the state just because that's her style. On that day, Addie was a better wrestler. Maybe Joe didn't get to be the bully that day.
So here's the thing. Just think about that, and when we come to practice, we gotta focus on and think, how come to practice ready to have fun. We got to come to practice ready to prepare to be the best, right? Some stuff that we're going to do. And we're going to get mentally tougher as a team. That's the next step.
We're going to probably talk for a pretty good portion of the beginning of this practice. Let me hit those 3 losses that I know we're taking not so well. We discussed, some of us, on the thing is, I put you guys in those situations on purpose, 100%. I was the one that sat with the coach, and we matched up everybody. The reason I did so is why would we even go to tournaments if we're going to wrestle easy people every time? If we're not challenged now, when it comes to the state tournament, when it's really important, we're not going to be ready for that challenge, okay? So I know, yes, they were 10, 12, 15, 25 pounds heavier than you, but we still have to compete because we're not quite where we need to be to go into that state tournament. And again, I want to be able to, if something happens in the quarterfinals, if something happens in the semifinals, I want us to be able to refocus our mind. And that's not an easy task to do. So I want us to be challenged early. I got nothing more, but Will's got a ton of stuff for you.
Yeah. Coach actually just touched on this. I said the easy stuff versus the hard stuff. If you go into something and it's easy, are you really satisfied when you're done with it? Not really, right? At least I'm not. Like Coach was talking about, if we're going to bump up 10 pounds and wrestle somebody that's going to push us and it goes rough, but we still pull out in the end and it's freaking awesome and we get that win, right? That's going to be satisfying, right? Does that make sense? How many of you guys have heard me say, you know, where's that dog mentality at least once this year? Most of you probably have, right? I say it I don't say it as a joke, okay? Like, when I ask about it or when I say it, like, I truly mean it. One of the biggest things that I think about when I think of that dog mentality is, if I do everything that's easy, am I really a dog if I'm being successful? Or if I do and take that hard route and I go this way, the long way, to try and get better every day, day in and day out, and I'm still being successful. That, in my opinion, makes me more of a dog than somebody else, right? Because you have to give 100% all the time to be a dog. Maybe we don't want to call it a dog. What do you guys, you want to stick with dog mentality? Let's talk about that. Or do you want to call it something else?
When I talked to him about the dog mentality, I was like, if you guys don't want to buy into this or want to find something different, talk about something different, let's find this, right?
Dogs for days. I'm saying it's that dog mentality, right?
And they're like talking about dogs. I'm like, yeah.
I feel like a hungry dog's a dangerous dog. If you walk out there and you're hungry, you want to win a match, and you're going out there with that mentality that you're going to bring it, you should feel dangerous.
As a program, when you can universally buy into an idea and a concept and then put it to work, what's going to stop you, right? You're going to build and build and build and build. Now, obviously, people are going to stop you. You're going to lose matches. But it's more than a win or a loss in a match. It's walking in the room and not backing down from a wrestle-off that somebody wants your spot. Okay, yeah, let's come take it, right? It's walking out on a match against a state champ and going, man, I don't care who you are across the line from me. I'm going to wrestle you to the best of my ability. Yeah, beware of the dog. You walk in here, let's go, right? We're working hard, pushing each other. That's the dog mentality, right? That's what we're talking about, trying to grow these guys and girls into these people who don't give up on themselves, right? We're trying to get them to believe that they can do these things.
So I printed out some sheets that on the front side, it says what drives you, and then I gave you a spot for 3 goals, 3 things that you're gonna strive and work for every day. And this is another thing, for your goals, Coach and I both talked about this. It shouldn't be, I wanna do this. It should be, I will, right? Because if you say I want to, you can kind of fall off. But if every day you say I will, you're gonna be pretty ticked off if you don't do it, aren't you?
Your goals are going on the wall somewhere. So you can see your goal every day. Because I know we talked about goals before, and I've been in, and I'm guilty of it too, of not writing my goals down, not reading my goals every day. Because if they're just in your head, it's just a dream. Until it gets on paper and you read them, they're not goals. They're just a dream. Believe it or not, this is important for this year. because we need to make progress every day.
Tonight's duel will begin at 140 pounds with introductions in the starting lineup.
I'm gonna go my hardest. Like whether or not I'm gonna be dying on the mat from not being able to breathe, like I'm gonna be okay in 10 minutes. Oh my gosh, like that was really cool, like I did that.
I think she's figuring out how to succeed. A confident athlete doesn't just become confident, there's reasons why they become confident, because they try something and they figure out how to succeed. She has a lot of potential and neat kid, so I think we're all excited to see her grow in the sport. I think she's going to do a lot of good things.
So I just got my coaching check, and I'm going to really struggle to not buy a new pair of wrestling shoes. I've been looking, I'm like, no. What are you thinking about getting? I don't know. I've never had a pair of Rita shoes, so I'm questioning.
What size are you?
9.5.
Okay. We'll
You're
try Troy's
9.5?
on first.
Yeah, what?
You've got tiny little feet.
Yeah, I'm not a very tall guy, okay?
I have by far the biggest feet on the wrestling coaching staff.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So we're starting at 126?
Yes.
So I can go sit down without getting yelled at.
The next match will be at 132.
So last year we lost to this team by 1 point. This year we don't match up well. Neither team, where we're strong, they're weak, or we're weak, they're strong.
Danny started as a junior, so this is really her second year of wrestling. A lot of Danny's matches had ended early, either with her being pinned or her pinning her opponent. You know, she hadn't had that many matches that went the distance.
Those girls are fighting, and they're tough, and they're aggressive, so I love having them in the duels.
And I'm just holding my breath. I don't know what to say, because you can't tell her much other than keep fighting, and she was.
Danny Cron not getting pain potentially is that point that we needed.
Right? She was like, no way. No, I'm not giving up 6 against this. Right? I'm not going to get pinned. That's gritty. That's tough. That's a dog.
And I think that was the first moment where she realized that she could hang with people an entire match, and just by continuing to find good position and to sort of recover from bad position and so on and so forth.
It's going to be Joe's match is going to decide it.
Back, forth, and I'm thinking, oh man, because this guy she's wrestling's tough. Like, he doesn't want to lose just as bad as she doesn't want to lose.
Have no confidence before a match against a guy. Depends on how they look. Like, if they're skinny and have like no muscle, I'll be like, oh, I can beat you. But I'll still be nervous.
Not only as a female wrestler to wrestle a male, sometimes that's difficult. But not only am I having her do that, but I'm bumping her up a weight class to do that. It was a special moment with Joe and stuff. Big hug. Love her to death.
Like, that's the stuff you can't give them the dog, right? You can give them the idea and hope that they buy in, but she dug and found her dog, right? I full-heartedly believe that wrestling is 90 to 95% a mentality thing, and then 5 to 10% ability. You have to be tough as nails to get through this sport, and you have to be strong mentally to be able to do some of the stuff in this sport, right? And you realize what it is. It's more than a win and a loss, right? It's becoming an adult, right? It's becoming a better person. Everything in wrestling, you can figure out how to make it a life lesson. Not getting turned is not giving up. Taking a shot, right? Taking a chance. Paying attention to detail. You learn what hard work is, right? You find out what the difference is between an ouch and a I'm hurt. And then in life, when things are tough, you don't give up. There's a reason for that, right? They've bought into being better, to being the best. And once you've done that, what can't you go chase down in life?